Hello, I'll quickly check if I'm live in YouTube. Hello. All right, let's give it 2 3 minutes for everybody to join. Hello. All right, let's give it 2 3 minutes for it. Cool. Let's start. Uh, I haven't planned anything about doing anything of this sort. Usually my YouTube is for technical videos and tech content. I never did anything outside of tech so far. However, you all know most of you have come from my LinkedIn post, I think. So you all should have known, like, this post suddenly went viral and many people contacted me asking many questions, which were mostly repetitive, and I didn't have enough time to answer 300 plus people, like case by case. So I thought I'll have a quick Q&A session. I'll probably explain some things beforehand, and after explaining those things, probably I'll have time for Q&A where you ask me things in chat. As I'm explaining, if you have any questions, feel free to put the comments in chat, and once I'm done explaining things, I'll answer those questions one by one, so we don't miss any questions. That's the plan today. um, hope the video is going good. I think there's a small delay, like, after I speak, it takes like 20 seconds or something for it to be live. I'm not sure how to fix that. I tried, but yes, that's the video. So I'm moving to Germany, right, or anywhere in Europe. Probably all of you would have seen a lot of reels saying, where people come and say Germany is looking for skilled workers, they don't have any people in the country, they want you from India, and they have like 2 million jobs vacancies, and they don't have enough people to do those jobs. So if you try, they are just going to take you. And also there are some videos which says they are going to pay you this much money, they are going to take you here, there. I know it's very noisy and it's very tempting, and I also know many people who have become influencers just doing this one particular content. So here I'll break the myth. Most of those are not true. Very some part of it are true, where some people, they don't do this primarily. They talk about reality, and they also talk about some internships or some fellowships where the government actually gives you stipends and actually hire you. So the percentage of truth in this space is very less, and only noise is so huge. And to start with, what is the real situation? Are there jobs? Are there opportunities? Are there chances for you to move to Germany? I would say the answer for all the questions is yes. Mainly being in tech, if you are in tech, it's very true that you have opportunities, you have jobs. However, it's not as good or as big as what these influencers or generally people in the internet say. There used to be a time where probably I moved here in 2019, and in 2019 there was far less people who moved here, and the rules were a bit stricter, and companies really chose people who were very skilled and they brought them here. But in 2021, 2022, there was a huge demand. It was true back then. Sorry. So it was true back then. The rules changed in a way that it was easier for companies to hire from anywhere, not just in India but anywhere outside of Europe. um, People who never had, who could even clear, who could not even clear interviews in India, were getting jobs in Germany back then, and they were directly moving here between 2021 2022 because of two reasons. After COVID, there was huge demand for developers everywhere, and most of the developers in Germany, they started working for US companies in remote. That created a local shortage, and also the local companies were scaling up, and that created a global shortage where they had to hire from other countries. So many people moved during the period of 2021 2022, and also a bit of early 2023. Back then, companies used to take care of all the visa and everything, movements, everything. They just, if you just clear the interview, they hire you directly from India and you are able to come here. But after AI and after the economic situations, and you know what's happening in the industry everywhere across the world, that drastically came down. I don't say companies have stopped hiring from India or any other country outside of Europe. It's not zero, but it's not huge like how it used to be. It's very rare. It's case by case, and it happens like 1 in 100 times, I would say. Because right now people are people are people have moved here a lot already, and many people have been affected by layoffs, and the local talent pool is already bigger. And also there is one more possibility called opportunity card, where people are moving into Germany for jobs, and they are legally eligible to work in Germany. And this reduces the hurdles for companies to hire from outside of Germany, because when they have to hire outside of Germany, there's a cost involved, there's a time involved, there's a process involved. But if you come here in opportunity card, all of those are taken care, and you are treated as a local talent. And if you clear the interview, you get the jobs. This is the current situation here. Even people who are coming for doing their masters or who are coming here to study, they are not finding jobs, because it's the problem everywhere, not just in Germany. Like with AI, freshers jobs are the most affected. Seniors, we still manage to find job here and there, but the no not many companies hire for freshers anymore. So that is a real problem. So as a fresher, after a master's, to get a job here is very difficult. And if you stand in the streets of Berlin, you could see many students just riding delivery jobs. So this is the current scenario. So what is the way of getting a job in Germany or generally in Europe, right? Some countries, including Germany and other Germany, have this thing called opportunity card or this job seeker visa, where you could apply from India to the consulate, and they would give you a visa for 1 year, and that's more like a work permit which lets you work from Germany. If you are skilled, if you are in tech, and if you have a good experience, not just in number of years but actually in work, because in India we know some of us don't really have good experience in working in different things, but we would have had a long career. That doesn't count as experience, right? Like when you come, you might not be able to clear interviews. So mainly if you're in tech, if you have a solid experience, if you have a very good knowledge, then yes, there is a way you can apply for the opportunity card. Come here, you have 12 months to get a job, which I think if you have a good skill, you would get. I personally have brought some of my friends to Germany using opportunity card, and they have managed to get their jobs. However, if you are not in tech, if you are not coding, if you are doing anything else apart from tech, it's still a bit hard because of the language restrictions. I wouldn't say there are no jobs. There are jobs for even non-tech people, but the language restriction is higher. So what I would suggest is, if you're in tech, I would still suggest having a language is a big plus point, because you can also apply for local German companies. But many international companies hire without language requirements. If you're in tech, if you want to move to Germany, go ahead with the opportunity card path, apply there, and then you can move. If you are not in tech, without language, don't even think about moving here on opportunity card, because you are not going to get a job. You definitely need German. But if doesn't matter whether you are in tech or non-tech, if you have a good language like German, say B1 or C1 or B2, then there's high chances for you to get a job here. This is the current scenario. Coming to process, opportunity card is simple. You just have to fill in few forms and create a blocked account and get an insurance, and then you get it to move here. But getting hired directly right now, you will have to just try your luck. You just need to keep applying for different. You just need to apply for different companies in LinkedIn, and if somebody needs you desperately, and if they get in touch with you and you clear the interview, then yes, they would take care of all the legal processes. All you need to do is go and appear in the consulate one day to produce the documents, and that's more like a checking of verification of your documents like passport and other stuff, and then all everything is good. But that's a very rare chance of getting at this point. In the future maybe it might change. I would keep you guys posted, but the only realistic option right now to come into Germany is opportunity card, where, and also only if you have confidence on you, because I also know some people who came on opportunity card. For example, a friend was a graphic designer who came in opportunity card, but the timing was so bad. He got so better in creating designs that he could never crack an interview, and he had to go back after 1 year. So that also happens unless you are in, your skills are in demand. For example, if you are an AI engineer and if you come in opportunity card, I can surely say you would get a job easily, because there's huge demand right now for AI engineer. This is how the realities are. um, that's mostly the check here. I'll probably take questions now, like specific questions. On getting German opportunity card, do I need to come Germany for interviews? Can I work in my current org now and attend interviews? So this is a good question, right? Like, you need to uh, come to Germany, register here, but once you have a legal entity here, that is, once you have a registration here, and once you have a postal address here, which you can get in a very cheap accommodations, uh, you can actually go back to India. And I keep attending interviews remotely, and once you get an offer, you can move back here. But you can't activate your opportunity card without doing a registration in the country. That is the only requirement. Are there any more questions? So yeah, overall, that is the reality. That is the situation, and I think which are the states with higher chances of securing a front-end engineer job? Oh, okay, front-end engineer jobs are very less right now, honestly. But the number of openings are higher in Berlin and Munich. Uh, but also there is one more thing. It's not always about the places, right? For example, Berlin and Munich has more jobs. It also has more competition. But if you go to a small city, say for example a small German city where there are some startups, for example Dresden, they might not get a lot of engineers, because people are usually dense in the big cities, mainly tech people. So the it's like equally spread, I would say. The number of opportunities are more in Berlin and Munich, but the competition is also more. But in smaller cities, the competition is less, but the opportunities are also less. But the biggest bet I would say is Berlin, for example. 2 years of experience in web application development in Bangalore, how to apply for Germany, and any chances of getting selected. Um, that is a tricky question. 2 years of experience is too less to be accepted by a company to select you. Like I said earlier, right now the amount of people being hired directly from India is less, very very less. Um, I wouldn't say zero, but it's very less. Probably I would say it's like 5% compared to what it was in 2021 and 2022. So it has gone so down. And comparing 2 years of experience, I would say it's very very hard to get one directly. But if you develop your skills probably next 1 year or so, and probably learn things like AI and stuff which is in demand, then your chances are higher to get hired directly. Is there any recommendation for other countries in Europe, and if so, which country you will advise to move to? Okay, this is a very important question and brilliant question as well, because most people think Europe everywhere it's good, but actually you get paid lower than Bangalore in many of the countries. I wouldn't recommend many countries. My options would be Germany, Switzerland if you can get so, because moving to Switzerland would be the best option. However, for the biggest problem is moving to Switzerland, the visa is very hard to get. It's not easy to get into Switzerland. So that's the problem. Otherwise, the next options for me would be Netherlands, Germany, because they pay well, and they have more opportunities and startups. However, the next set of countries would be Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Nordics, or I would suggest Portugal, because they have some ecosystem of startups and things, and they pay decently enough, not very well, but it's okay, it's good. I wouldn't suggest moving to smaller countries or less paying countries like Poland or Prague. They pay you lesser, sometimes lesser than Bangalore. So I wouldn't suggest that. Is the how to prepare my CV while it's getting shortlisted in India but not getting shortlisted for European all. Like I said, it might not be your CV. It might not be a CV problem or skill problem. Right now, they don't shortlist people from India directly. The we have a lot of local talent right in Europe already. So based on your location, it might get rejected automatically. For a fresher in software development, do you think India currently offers better opportunity than countries like Germany, or is it worth moving abroad early in one's career? Um, this is a tricky question. What do you want to do out of your career is the answer for it, right? Like, as a fresher, I would still suggest working in India, because though sometimes you can end up in a toxic workplace, the amount of things you learn as a fresher is comparatively so big, much more when you compare it with Germany or any European country. Here, it's more of a little laid back things where your learning would take a longer time. So I would suggest learn in India, get more experience in India, and then you can think about moving outside. But of course, if you get an opportunity to move outside, just take it. What are the effective outreach options to reach with recruiters while on an opportunity card? LinkedIn, like when you are in opportunity card, just don't mention anywhere that you are in India, because you are a legal resident of Germany once you are in opportunity card. So you are change everything in your CV to point to your address, registered address in Germany and other things. So that way it's easy for you to reach recruiters. And if you reach from Berlin, then it's only your skills that's stopping you, not your location. Could you put some light on fully sponsored education on Europe? You mean if you are meaning government public universities? Yes, that's a brilliant way to move to Germany. If you move to a public university in Germany, they wouldn't even charge you any money for education. You just have to take care of your living expenses, which you can do by part time. But that's not a problem at all because public universities get good visibility, and most people in public university manage to get a job somewhere. But then getting into a public university needs good education background and also some language requirements because the most of the courses in public university is conducted in German. The people who are suffering are all moving to um, private universities, English courses, and that's where they get in trouble because those universities usually they don't have big recognition, and also these people are not very serious about education. They just think it as an easy way into the country and then struggle when they have to find jobs. Any suggested job sites to try out from here, or like how it worked for you back then? I never applied in any job site. I was always found by recruiters. So they get in touch with me. They got in touch with me, and we spoke, and then it moved forward. I haven't used any job sites, but the realistic working job site is LinkedIn. Any other job site, they could be good for some time, but they go unmaintained. The old jobs are not removed, and they just get stuck. So LinkedIn, but if you're an opportunity card or if you're already in Germany, then also Zing, SING. So these two work better. Want to ask a ugly question? How are Indians treated in Germany? this is a very tricky question. So honestly, when I moved here, the treatment was different. Right now, the treatment is getting different. When I moved here, when people meet me in subways or everywhere, they used to smile. They used to have conversations. It was very pleasant and very nice to be there back then. And everybody's first question would be like, "Okay, nice. You are an Indian, so you should be working with computers." It used to be like this, but right now most people think if you think Indians as uh, I mean they don't treat so well. Like of course it's not like different other countries where people are violent or people hurt you, but here they just stop being pleasant anymore. They give you stares, or they just don't smile back. So things have changed for sure, but that's bound to happen because now a lot of people are moving, and right now local people might start feeling that, right? Sometimes it can happen. How much years of experience in tech is ideal for applying to European countries, especially Germany? I think at least it should be 3 years. Before, the old job seeker visa said 3 years is the minimum. Right now, they don't have anything said, but I think they would still follow that standard. So, minimum 3 years should be there. If I apply for opportunity card, is it mandatory to provide accommodation letter for 1 year or 1 month is enough? So you could do a temporary booking in booking.com or something for 1 month, and if you show that, that should be enough. You can say after I move there, I will find an accommodation. Here, some months where recruiting would be dull to none. Example, summer, winter. Yes, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say some months. In summer, the recruiting still goes. It might just get delayed because some people would be on holidays. Uh, Mostly, it will be dull between, say, December 1 to January 15. Like everybody will be in Christmas mood. No new hires would happen. So during Christmas and winters, it will be dull. Cool. Any more questions? All right. I mean, the main motive of this is to just do it because I can't answer to everybody separately. But yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know. Thoughts on engaging with German consultancies? Hmm, some people are doing a good job, but most people are just noise. That's my opinion. Because if somebody is doing it from here, they would know the reality, right? They would know things better. They would know what's actually happening in the ground. But people doing it from India, Few people they know it with experience because they send a lot of people, but most people they just don't know what exactly they're doing. So I wouldn't I wouldn't say I don't go to a consultancy. It's good because the processes can be really vast, and you can get lost. So having a guidance is good, but pick a right one. How is job security and is there frequent job hopping? Job security is the one of the best thing to be in Germany, right? Like if you lose a job, the government takes care of you for a year. You have enough time to figure out different things. So for 1 year they pay you like 60% of your salary which you was earning. So job security is really taken care of, and if a company fires you, they give you really a good severance package. It's you are protected by law in terms of job security. Frequent job hopping, Germans don't have the habit, but some Indians do it. For example, we are used to working short time, right? But Germans really spend enough time in a company before they switch jobs. But for example, even if you take my career, first 5 years I worked in four companies. But after coming here, I realized the way of working is different here, and for 7 years I'm in the same company. Opportunity card gets you to Germany, but how hunting job works there? Like I said, yes, opportunity card gives you a legal way to work in Germany. Hunting job is very similar to India. You just have to keep applying and have good skills. If you have moderate skills, I would say first work on your skills, then take an opportunity card. If you have good skills, for example, right now, if you are an AI engineer who had a production experience working with agentic AI or machine learning and other stuff, right now, if you are an opportunity card in Germany, you would get a job in 1 month or two because every company or most of the companies are looking for such profiles. But if you are a front end engineer right now, doesn't matter how good job hunting you do, it will take a really long time because you will have to find a company which has front end opening, which is very less at these days, and the competition will be higher. So that's the problem, right? Supply and demand. If you have skills which is in demand, and if you are here in opportunity card, you would easily get a job. But if your skills are not that much in demand, it's same as anywhere else in the world. It will take more time to get a job. Referrals best way. Referrals used to work. That's my honest opinion, because before, on average every job posting would get like 200 or 100 CVs, and people used to shortlist referral CVs first and then review it. Right now everybody reaches out to everyone, even for referrals. So even referral CVs are like in 200 300 counts, and total CVs are in thousands. So right now referrals are also not working that great, but it's always better to have a referral if it's possible, rather than applying directly in the portals, because referrals would have some attention to you compared to the non-referred CVs. What does the interview process looks like? It really depends on different companies. It's not standard. It's not set in stone. If you don't mind, do you know any better consultancy in Germany? Sorry, I am not in this consultancy space. Like I said, I never planned on even doing this. Uh, I'm just sharing my knowledge, but I can ask out. What would be the realistic year-on-year hikes for a senior front-end engineer? The year-on-year hikes, since the currency is of higher value, you can't expect a lot of hike year-on-year. Once you get a package, then possibly you get like 2 to 8%, or sometimes 10% if you're lucky. That's the average hike ratio in Germany from your current salary. But since it's in euros, even 5% gets you a decent hike. Thoughts on upskilling to an AI engineer to try out while in India as a senior front end engineer? I can't predict the future, right? I don't know how things will be after 2 years. But right now, given what's happening around the world and what companies are doing, being an AI engineer is a really nice space to be. I can tell it from first-hand experience. One side there are people struggling to get jobs, but while I'm not looking for a change, I get lot of people contacting me for new jobs. So yes, I can say that as a first-hand experience. Risks taking an opportunity card. Things should keep in mind before trying to take one, and how complex is getting that card. Um, when you say risks, yes, definitely it has risks, and the main risk is you need to invest some money, which might go out, right? Like, and second risk is the time you spend there. Those are the major risks in opportunity card, because if you wrongly assess yourself or your skills, for example, say if you are a front end engineer, for example, let's just keep that example, right? If you are a very skilled front end engineer who can do anything in front end, who can build design systems, who had a huge experience in doing performance and stuff, then it's a calculated risk to move to Germany on opportunity card and try out your luck, because even if the numbers have gone down, there are still people who are hiring for front end engineers. So you might land up in some job in spite of the competition out there. But if you are a front end engineer who build some UI and stuff and move here, then the probability of you getting hired is very, very, very low. Then it's a very big risk coming in opportunity card. You would lose up the money you spent moving here, your flight tickets money, the money you spent on stays. So many things would go. That's the major risk, right? Apart from that, there is nothing like a risk, I would say, because I know people who haven't quit their jobs in India. They just work remotely for jobs in India, living in Germany. In smaller cities, they can manage the expenses easily with Indian salary. So I know people who does that, coming in opportunity card, still have their old job in India, and live in Germany and try for jobs here. Apart from the money part, I don't think there is a big risk in opportunity card. What if I have good skills as Unity game developer but zero German language? That's what I said. When if you have a very good skill in tech, then German language is not a very mandatory thing. It would definitely help you. It would add more points, because if there are 100 companies, probably 20 companies are German speaking companies. So it would add more companies in your with where you can apply. But in tech, German is secondary. If you are non-tech, then German is like definitely needed. How is the market for DevOps engineers in Germany? Is it better than Netherlands? I think DevOps is one field which never get got affected by AI. It's kind of similar. I wouldn't say, because even a very big company needs very small number of DevOps engineers, right? So it was never huge. It's never bad. It's kind of okay. It's just keeping on the same pace like it used to be. I meant to ask, what would be some pathways you would recommend for a senior front-end engineer to upskill? Given the role is new, is it reachable goal, I suppose? I don't have an honest answer for this question, because right now there is no one place where you can go learn and upskill. This is a constantly changing field. Whatever I used to do 1 year back is wrong today. I can't. So it's constantly changing. If you either you need to you need to work on a production project to learn an upskill, or you need to learn from somebody who works on production, because I see a lot of noise people trying to teach AI, but most people don't work in production projects. They just learn the tutorials and remake it for them in video form. So uh, either work in production project or learn from people who work in production. Can I find job in other countries easily after coming to Germany and have one job here? I just wanna ultimately move to some English speaking country. I mean, if you are moving to English speaking country, then Germany is a wrong move, because from Germany you can definitely get jobs in other European countries, but most European countries are not English speaking. You need to move to UK then, but UK is out of European zone. It's after Brexit, so it's not possible for you to move to UK with a German visa. But you can move to Netherlands, you can move to Spain, you can move to Portugal, but they are not English speaking. In tech, which are the so demanding in tech skills right now in Europe? Right now everybody is hiring for AI engineers. I think the most hiring happening right now is AI. You can, you don't have to ask me, you just can use regularly the LinkedIn jobs, right? You can keep an alert on different job roles. When you get an alert, if you see, you can see the number of postings there, and those would say tell you how many what is the highest job in demand, not just in Germany, anywhere. I have good experience in Java, Spring Boot, microservices, Kubernetes, and Docker. and DevOps in fintech domain. How is the demand for my role? I mean, it doesn't matter whether you work in Java or Spring Boot. If you're a very good backend engineer, you would get jobs. Front end has gone down, but backend we have decent. Like it never went up, it never gone down. It's just the same how it used to be. Maybe not the demand we had in 2021, 2022, but pre-COVID, how much ever jobs were there for backend engineers, it's kind of similar for right now as well. I'm a Salesforce technical lead with 7.5 years of experience. Do I have options to directly apply from India? Like I said, it's not going to stop you, right? But don't be so disheartened if no company is calling you for next round. It's just shooting in the dark. Very rarely you might find a company who would hire you directly from India. But if you find, it's your lucky day. But don't keep high hopes on this. That's what I would say. Most company which used to actively hire from India, they are not doing it right now. Very few are still doing it. AI on top of my skills would work. Example, full stack. For Salesforce senior developers, should I reach any consultancies? I don't think any consultancy can get you a job. It's not like US. US is where this consultancy has been crowded, and they have this many tie-ups or behind the door things where sometimes good consultancies can get you a job in US. In Germany, it doesn't work that way. In Germany, you need to be I mean, a company should really hire you, and here people take time to add even one headcount to the company. They don't bulk hire because the difference is in US they can hire you, and if you are not good, they can fire you. In Germany, they can't fire you easily. The firing is a very big cost for the company, so they take a big time to select you. So the consultancies can't really help you in getting a job here. If I cannot win a job for real long time, does it easy to earn as much as to bear my own expense by doing odd jobs? Yes, I mean people do delivery jobs here and they make good money. I wouldn't even say enough to bare minimum. I would say they make enough to live here, to pay their rent, to cover their bill, and sometimes they even go on trips. But yes, like you should be aware that delivery jobs are not easy jobs. You need to keep riding whole day. So if you're okay in doing such jobs, I think they make 2,500 euros approx, 2,500 to 3,000 euros sometimes. People who go extra miles, they even make like 3,000 euros per month, which is good money, I would say, but then the work is very hard. Why Europe comparing other countries? What's your take on this? I mean, I haven't lived in a lot of countries, but I never liked the US. I don't like the culture there. I don't like how people are treated like commodity there. Europe is more of a social economic country where you get the visibility, you get the security, the government backs you in many things, and there are strict rules for work-life balance. As in, after 6 o'clock, nobody contacts you. Say, for example, there is a production incident and it's an emergency. They contact you like 9 o'clock. Then next day, you don't have to go to office at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Your break starts at 9 o'clock, so you can go to office next day in the afternoon, say 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. There, nobody will ask you. So, work-life balance is like so maintained here, and being coming from India, it's a very big thing for me. Okay, then what is the approach I should take? If not through consultancy, I joined the call late, sorry. Then you day the only option is LinkedIn. You say, okay. Then I don't know the resume format, right? So, see, I honestly there is no right resume format for European Union or for Germany. I know many people in Instagram and in LinkedIn or other places. These influencers, they want to make money out of you. Then they say there's we would help you create a right CV format. There is nothing like a right CV format. Only thing is you need to be aware is right now many people are using AI tools. So if this ATS, if your CV can pass AI ATS systems, then that should be enough. There are many tools available online to check whether your CV passes that score. And if that passes, then that's it. Your CV can be in any format. It can be a styled PDF, or it can be a simple Word document with only text. It can be in any structure. Nothing of that matters. These days they are using AI ATS, so you just need to validate your CVs against those AI ATS, and if it passes, then yes. I'm an active interviewer in my company, and we don't have any such formats as such for CVs. These are simply the myths which people around develop. What is minimum salary that is offered in German to junior developers? I mean, what is the minimum limit that a company has to offer you by law? It's 56,000, 55,000 something. So it's, I would say, 56,000 euros per year. That is required by law to pay you for a blue card. Otherwise, you can't get a visa to stay here for a longer time. Cool. Any more questions? What is generally expected from AI engineer from your findings today? You need to be a really good full stack engineer who understands how AI work. I think that's the short version, I would say. Have you heard opportunities related to OT cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is getting good. I mean, increase, I would say, increase in number of opportunities, because with AI now we need more cyber scans or security scans on things which we are releasing to production. However, I'm not sure how that would change after recent release of Mythos and other cybersecurity models. But right now, I think it's decent. It was never huge. It's not huge right now because number of people required in cybersecurity for a company is lesser. But there's a good market for it. As an interviewer, you might have taken Indian interviewers. What skill gap do you think is there mostly from India? I wouldn't say there's a skill gap. Honestly, Indians are really good in tech. So I don't think there's a skill gap. But what I find mostly in Indians is the ability to lie. Um, Here, we don't try to, uh, we don't expect people to know everything, right? But somehow most Indians have this mentality. I wouldn't say most, but some Indians have this mentality where they list everything in the CV, but if you ask anything, they wouldn't know it. So I would say skill-wise, people are good, but some people they do lie about the things they know or they never worked out. They just ask somebody some gist and they think they can easily fool the interviewer. But if you don't work on something and if you're talking about it, it's easy for an interviewer to catch you. So I think that's the only problem I usually see with some Indians. DSA mandatory? No. Fortunately, most of the companies in Germany don't expect a DSA, but that puts you on the other side, right? They expect you to solve a real problem. So if you don't have an experience, you will be caught. So you only luck matters here to come from India to Germany based on company visa sponsorship job. I have a family. Can I take risk of leaving job and then coming to Germany? Blue card. I mean, if you're coming on a blue card, yes. I mean, blue card would be given only when you have a sponsored job. So if you're coming in a blue card, you can come with your family. It's very safe because you already have a job. You already have a minimum salary which would cover yours and your family's experience expenses. So coming on a blue card is really a good option. But otherwise, I can't tell about the risk of leaving your job. Right? It's your financial situations and other stuff. If you're coming on opportunity card, then that's a risk which you need to analyze. My honest opinion is, in opportunity card, you can get jobs provided you have the right skills which are in demand in Germany. If you don't have the skills which are in demand, or if you have the skills which are in demand but you are not good at it, you are just basic there, then don't take the risk. That's my opinion. If on opportunity card I am doing more than 20 hours job, to authorities strictly keep a check and keep an active eye on it and yes, here you can't break the law. Here you need to stick to the rules. How to answer the questions related to one? Do you require visa sponsorship now or in the future? Are legally authorized to work in Germany? Assuming I don't have. If you don't have a visa or opportunity card, you should say no for both. Be honest, please. Should someone leave GCC life What is GCC life? Should live life earning good to try Germany on opportunity card for cybersecurity job with the experience, education, certifications all having. I really don't understand what is GCC. Can you explain? What kind of questions are asked in embassy appointment for opportunity card? They generally don't ask law. It's not US visa appointments, so they wouldn't sit and grill you. They just ask basic questions to know your motivation and to know what is your current skills and what is your current roles and how you are going to manage. Their questions will be very honest and very truthful. So if you just explain what you are planning to do, then that should get you the visa. It's not very strict. How to know which skills are in demand in Germany? Go to LinkedIn, do a research. Go search for number of jobs, see how many jobs are getting posted in each roles new every week. That would give you a create decent idea. Gulf UAE. Oh, okay. So be honest, please. Should someone leave Gulf life earning good to try Germany on opportunity card for cybersecurity jobs? Like I said, if you're already making good money, don't expect you would make too much more money in Germany. I mean, you would make more money, but if you are having a good life, then the savings may be lower than what you are already doing, right? So if good money is a thing there, and if you're already making very good money, I would say don't move. GCC means Gulf countries like Saudi. Okay, cool. Can we get connected later as well if I have questions with you as I am connected with you on LinkedIn? I am not sure. I mean, usually I do respond and help people, but these days the number of people contacting for these cases are so high that I couldn't even respond to them, and I had to write a script to even respond to all the DMs. So try, but I might reply late. If not many people reaching out, then I would immediately respond. Otherwise, I'm not sure about it. Passport is the reason. Okay, if passport is the reason, then yes, it's a very powerful passport, and you can get a passport in 5 years. It's not a very difficult process to get a passport in Germany if you move. But other parts, I think it completely depends on your experience and skills, and uh, you do your research on number of jobs getting posted every new week and take a call. I can't take a risky call for you, right? Okay, Temple, tell me in simple words, as a primary initiative as a Salesforce developer, what should be the first step I should take to move to Europe? Only LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the only credible source. There can be some small sites which might have jobs, but I think LinkedIn should be your primary and credible source where you should contact people. I mean, not just apply for jobs, right? Like right now, every job application is getting so many applications. You need to email people, you need to talk to people, ask for reference. Like, don't go blindly and say, I'm this person, I have this many experience, yeah, get me a job. Do research. If you're going to contact somebody, see if there is a job opening in their company's profile page which matches your profile. Then go reach out to them, say, this is the scenario, can you refer me? If they don't hire from India, they would say they don't hire from India. Otherwise, they would. Most people are kind enough to refer you. Few people might not, but it's just the perseverance you want to do. If you don't want to take a risk of opportunity card and move here, then you need to put in a lot of time and effort in reaching out to people. I have Unity game development experience of 4 years, and that is the main skills I am going to employ in German. But I have 12 years of government job as teacher. Should I mention it in embassy appointment? No, it doesn't matter. Uh, Only relevant skills, relevant education should be enough. Any public forums we have regarding Germany and Europe maybe address more queries in time. Post in Reddit, I think. I don't think there is any specific public forums where people are active. Just the general public forums, Reddit, Quora, that might help you. Will background verification done for Indian companies which are my previous employers to apply for Germany jobs? I am not sure what the process, what happens within the embassy, but one thing I can assure is, I mean, usually I know there is a background verification, but I don't know if they would, how strict or how good they do it for your previous companies. However, please be very sure, don't lie in any of your visa applications. If they find something as a lie, then you can't even get a tourist visa to enter Europe, because the data is shared between many people in Europe. In India, I'm seeing more openings for AI assisted software engineers. As a fresher, do you think it's better to focus on becoming a strong software engineer first without relying heavily on AI? I mean, it's always good to know the basics, right? You need to learn the basics always. Doesn't matter you use AI or you don't use AI. Right now, if you don't use AI, you will not get a job. So you need to know how to use AI, how to use AI in a better way or efficiently. Otherwise, you won't get a job. So for getting a job, you definitely need AI. But irrespective of using AI or not, you should always work on your basics and learn well. You went to Germany before how many years and for which company? What was the path in simple words? Through LinkedIn company directly hired you as visa sponsor. Yes, I moved 7 years back, but I have been getting offers right from 2016 or something. I was very active in open source. I was contributing to a lot of bigger libraries. So, and I was also some early speakers from Indian tech community where I used to speak in many tech events and stuff. So somehow I don't know from where or from what they find me, but companies used to send me messages in LinkedIn, in email. They used to contact me. Even when I moved here, I had five offers, four in Europe and one in Middle East. And in Europe, I had one in Sweden, one in Portugal, and two in Berlin. And I just opened the Google map, and Berlin was in the center of Europe, and I moved here. That's how I moved. But as I said, those times are gone, right? Like right now, they are not doing that anymore, because back then people needed people with really good expertise, deep knowledge. But right now, AI is doing most of the things. So uh, it's not the same scenario anymore. You can't apply what happened to me to you. What would you suggest without German language? Should someone try luck on opportunity card or no? If you are in tech, you can try your luck. If you are not in tech, don't even think about it. Just if you are very sure you want to move here, then just work on the language first. I mean, for tech people, German is not mandatory. It's good if you have German, because it increases your opportunity, the target opportunity companies. But otherwise, it's not mandatory. Learning, I don't know what, because I learned German in Europe, in Germany. I didn't learn it in India, so I'm not very sure about good institutes there. But make sure it's Goethe. Goethe is a official German teaching institute which is recognized by Germany. So I might suggest Goethe. Otherwise, anything similar. I don't have a clear recommendation there. I have career gap and gap again during COVID. How to accumulate all those years and different during? No, it's not a job interview, right? It's visa interview, and even for job interview in Germany, if you have a really good reason for career gap, they don't. I mean, the good reason can be as simple as you went on a personal solo traveling for 6 months. Doesn't matter. Here, people are very flexible. Everybody who works here have career gaps. It's not India. Here, people suddenly take 1 year break. They go on a world tour. They just travel and come back and start working. So it's usually okay. Not a problem to have career gaps. Any more questions? It's Gote. Cool. If you can take 2 minutes and explain in bullet points what mistakes you've made, so no one should make those at least. I mean, mistakes regarding what? Can you be more specific? Because I keep making mistake every other day. Best way to reach out to you would be LinkedIn, but I would also say I am an engineer. I'm not a visa consultant. I might help here and there, but this is not my primary job, right? So whenever I'm free, I might help here and there. Regarding anything about starting life in Germany and job leaving, starting life in Germany. Okay, I mean, this is a good question and a big question as well. Uh, Try to integrate into the society as soon as possible if you're moving in Germany. That's my advice, because I see people, most people, uh, starting now or coming now in recent years, they don't integrate. They come, when I came almost alone. There was not much Indians, so it was easy for me to integrate with other country people and adjust to the culture and practices locally. However, now people who come in, they have lot of company, right? So they form groups of Indians and they just recreate India in Germany, and that's creating lot of hatred among the locals on Indians. Like German used to be a country where even after 10 p night after 10 p.m., if you watch TV with a little loud noise, police would come and say reduce the noise. So, but I see now students who come in, they form groups like 10, 15 people in the road in the middle of the night. They play music and dance, which is highly unacceptable for a German society. But people might not people might not go and tell them to stop, but they would start having hatred, and they can these people can never mingle into the German society or locals. So if you're moving here, try to integrate into the society, not just move here. That's my biggest advice I would give anybody. There are many consultancies. Should I trust them? I would say do your homework. I wouldn't say all consultancies are bad, right? There can be someone who are really well integrated into the German ecosystem, but rather I would say go consult some people who could help you, who are already in Germany and who could help you. I know some of people who does that. Yeah. I applied on embassy site almost 8 months ago, but I'm still on waiting list. How long are they gonna take? Does it vary country to country? I'm from Pakistan. Yes, it definitely varies country to country. Every country has certain quota, and also it varies on where you applied from, because based on the load every embassy locations get, it varies. Some places you might get in 2 months. Sometimes some places it may take a year. Does German people like hate foreigners on average? Before, I wouldn't say they were always the most friendliest people, but before I never felt hate. But right now, I definitely feel the hate is on increase. I have been to Germany 3 times. Thought company visa through company visa, which is why I liked the life of living. So I decided to move to Germany with family. Yeah, same thing happened to me. I came on a business trip. Then I liked. Then I took the offers I had, because before I was rejecting the offers to move to Germany. I thought I could never live without biryani. So I was rejecting offers moving to Germany. But once I came on a business trip for 15 days, then I decided I'll move here. Anything more? Okay, I'll give one more minute, and if no more questions, we'll wind up the session. Any job recruitment you come across? No, that's what I said already. Never believe anybody who says they can get you a job in Germany, unless you are for blue collar jobs. Yes, if you are in blue collar jobs like chef and other things, there are many fake people, but still there are some good people who could get you a job. But there is no job recruitment agency which can get you a job in Germany. I would just say those people would just say give you some excuses or arrange you some interviews for namesake. It's not US. They can't get you jobs. I'm telling you again. Apart from LinkedIn, there are any sites which show some visa sponsorship jobs in Germany? There is no site which gives you visa sponsorship jobs anymore. There used to be some sites, but right now they all became more on the remote jobs. Like I think it's remote.com or remotevisaworld.com something. I don't think there are many jobs there and stuff, and they are not even updated anymore. Uh, I think the best way to invest your time is LinkedIn. If not, if you want an alternate, then probably Zinc. But Zinc is if you have an opportunity card. Most people who post in Zinc are the local companies who wants to hire from local talent. In your experience knowledge, are there frequent Unity development job or they are less compared to others tech stack? I am not a game engineer. I don't have an idea of how good the industry is. I never worked for a gaming company as well. However, just check the jobs, right? Yeah, go to LinkedIn jobs, check how many jobs are there open. You can filter by location, check how many jobs are there, monitor it for a month. You will know whether it's on rise or it's in decline, or if they are old job listings. Then you will know the reality. Anything more, or I would wind up the stream. I would say always choose a smaller city to live. For example, if you're coming to Berlin, live in a small city like Cottbus, from where you can come to Berlin in like 60 minutes, 1 hour or 1.5 hours max. So in 1.5 hours you can be in Berlin, but you live in a small city where the rent is low, expenses are low, so you can manage your expenses until you get a job. Try in a big city, but live in a small city. Once you get a job, move to the big city. And Berlin, Munich, these are the two cities. Third would be Frankfurt. These are the three cities I would suggest if you're coming on opportunity card. Service-based MNCs from India to Europe, will that work? You mean on-site? I don't understand your question. On LinkedIn, when I apply to job, they always reject me but never mention reason. What do you think it is due to my location? I mean, I'm not in Germany already. Yeah, that would be the major cases, right? Like it would auto reject based on your location when they are not hiring out of Germany. Thank you so much for your time. It means a lot. No worries at all. Like I offered to help, expecting probably 5 people would reach out to me, but a lot of people reached out, so I had to take this thing. But yeah, I'm happy to help. If I win a job like 56K annually, what would I actually get after taxes? I'm coming alone, no family. It's you would get 58% of it. I do the math. 56,000, you would get 58% of it on hand after taxes. Of course, the year you move, you may get a little more. Not a little more, actually a lot more. But from the second year, you would get 58%. You're welcome, AG Soul. I don't. Yeah. Cool. I think that's it. Thank you for joining. I hope I answered all the questions. All right, then thank you so much. I'll end the stream.